If you've been paying attention to some of the things that have been discussed, we've talked about design, we've talked about technology, we've talked about how you use the neighborhood as an amenity, we've talked about construction. But at the end of the day, what we're all doing is trying to understand human behavior. How do people move through spaces? How do we study what's happening and then predict actions in the future? And if you look at how great cities are built, you think about books like The Rise of the Creative Class by Richard Florida, and he talks about using technology, experience, and tolerance as ways to grow jobs and opportunities and people's decision-making ability. And so even if you have the option to work remote, you still might want to live in a growing city because you want to be a part of something. You want to be in a place where you can meet people. And using the neighborhood as an amenity is a great tool to bring that concept to life. One architect that I interviewed, Andy Rockmore, he said, it's not the buildings themselves, which I thought was really funny coming from an architect. It's not the buildings, it's the spaces in between buildings that make a difference. And those are the places where we gather. Those are the places where we spend our afternoon. Those are the places where we take our kids or grab an ice cream or bring our friends when they're in town. So when you're thinking about how to design, how to build amazing places, I think it's really being holistic. And how do we bring in aspects of our culture that really identify who we are as a city and as a community. And of course, that's where we get to play a role at 9.Arts with bringing in large-scale public art or installations that are inside a building. But what we're trying to do at the end of the day is use different installations and different typologies to influence human behavior. So you might have a large-scale sculpture that becomes an iconic landmark where people want to meet, or you might have a small series of hand-painted framed artworks on the wall in a corner. There might be a series of 200 small things, and they're designed to help slow you down. And when you slow down, then you also notice that there's a coffee shop, and then you notice you might want to stay and have a coffee, and oh, there's people, and there's a seating area and some music. So we really are all studying human behavior and designing and implementing systems to support the ways in which we want to live our lives.